Okay, so this is a histogram, and a histogram is kind of like a bar graph. On the bottom it says time in hours, so you can see 0 to 3 hours, 4 to 7 hours, 8 to 11 hours, and 12 to 15 hours. On the side it says frequency, so that means how many times each of those categories happened. Okay, so one thing I like to do first is just put some numbers above here so I can see how many times each was. So let's start with 0 to 3. So I look on the side here, it's between 0 and 2. Okay, so that's 1, isn't it? So I know that happened one time. 4 to 7, if I take a look at that one, 4 to 7, right here, happened 8 times. 8 to 11 also happened 8 times because they're both on that 8 line. And then the last one, 12 to 15 hours, happened, looks like 3 times because it's right between the 4 and the 2. Okay, so now I can ask you a couple questions about this. I can say which one happened the least times. Well, that would be this one, 0 to 3. Okay, if I asked you which ones happened the most times, well, it would be the tie because these two, this one and this one, both happened 8 times. Okay, now if I asked you how many total studies of sleep were there, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add up 1, 8, 8, and 3. And that would tell me how many total. So if I did that, 8 and 8, 16, plus 3 is 19, plus 1 is 20. Okay, so if I want the total ever, I'm going to add up each of the columns. Okay, now I have a question here, and this deals with percent. Okay, so anytime we do percents, and you have one question that deals with percents, we're going to do is over of equals percent over 100. Okay? All right, so since we're finding the percent, I'm going to put the X right here where the percent is. All right, so the question is, what percent of the studies that got 8 or more hours of sleep? So 8 or more. So 8 is right here, or more. So it could be all of these to the right. Now you can look up here. This column has 8. This column has 3, so that's total of 11 people got 8 or more hours of sleep. Now this is the total goes on the bottom, and you guys just added that up. 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 3 is 19, plus 1 is 20, so that goes on the bottom. Okay, so 11 out of 20 people got 8 or more hours of sleep. Now, to remember how to do a percent, we just simply cross, multiply, and divide. So 20 times x is 20x equals 11 times 100 is 1,100. Okay? Then you divide 1,100 divided by 20, and that would equal 55. So 55% of the people studied got 8 or more hours of sleep. All right, now try the first section on your quiz, questions number 1, 2, 3, and 4.